Good afternoon all. Today we will continue our chapter number 4 part 2, that is chemical properties of metal and non-metal. Before this we could discuss about the physical properties of metal and non-metal. This physical properties of metal and non-metal is very important concept which we discussed in our last video. Now in this video we just discuss about the chemical properties of the metal and non-metal. Now you should know about the meaning of chemical properties of metal and non-metal. The chemical properties of metal and non-metal means that property which we get when we react one metal with any, like with water, with oxygen and with any acid. When any metal react, how it give, means what we get the output from this. So these all are come under the chemical property. Means this is not be like this if anything is be just in front of you when you just judge ki what is the physical properties of metal and non-metal. For knowing about the chemical properties of metal and non-metal, it is need to be reaction of this metal and non-metal with anything like water, oxygen and any acid. So this also play a very important role in our life. And have you all seen rust, na? Iron rust, how this rust are made? This rust is also the example of the chemical reaction of metal with water and the carbon dioxide. So when this iron is be react with water and carbon dioxide gas, then what make? Rust is made. So rust is also very common example of chemical properties of metal which you see in your daily life. So I think from this example you must clear about the concept that you discuss in this video. So we are going to be discuss about the chemical properties of metal and non-metal. As you can see, something is written by me on board. What do you mean by this order? This is the metal reactivity series. So this metal reactivity series play a very important role. And how it play a very important role? Because this reactivity series in this metal are arranged in such a way that these are be gone to decreasing order of reactivity. What the mean of decreasing order of reactivity means? This potassium K is the symbol of potassium, and the sodium, sodium is the most reactive metal in this reactivity series. And the Ag and Au, silver and gold, that is the least reactive metal present in all the metals. So these all are the metal, and these metals are arranged in such a order that when we go bottom on this series, now this reactivity of these metals are decreased. So who one is in upper side of this reactivity series, they are the more reactive than the lower side of metals. So potassium and the sodium are the more reactive than the silver and the gold. So that's why silver and gold, because they are the least reactive. For that property we are use this silver and gold as in to make a jewelry. Because if we make any jewelry, one is be more reactive than if we wear this jewelry, then it is be reactive with water also, then it is be reactive with gas, oxygen also, and it is not be able to be wear by us. So because of the least reactivity characteristics by the silver and gold, we use this silver and gold as a ornament, as to make a jewelry. And so this is very important characteristics of the silver and gold in our daily life. And this sodium and potassium is most reactive metal. So this sodium and potassium is not able to be kept in an open area, open environment, because it catch fire easily. So always it kept in a kerosene oil. Sodium metal is always kept in kerosene oil, because these metals are very reactive. And if these metals are be kept in open area, it catch fire easily. So this is be harmful for our health. So that's why this potassium and the sodium metal always be kept in a kerosene oil, because this kerosene oil prevent the reactivity of the metal with environment. So this is very important concept. So I think you all know here about the metal reactivity series. Here it is starting from the potassium, it is ending on the gold. So starting with the potassium and ending on gold is complete metal reactivity series on the base of decreasing order of reactivity of metals. So that series is known as metal reactivity series. In this series, potassium and the sodiums are the more reactive metal, and the silver and gold are the least reactive metal. And the silver and gold are very reactive. It is react with in if we kept into the open. So that's why it is always kept in kerosene oil for further reaction of this sodium and potassium metals with our environment. And this silver and gold, you all see na, when anything where we kept this silver and gold, it is not be kept in kerosene oil na, because these metals are very less reactive. So that's why it is no need to be kept these metals in water, metals in any kerosene oil. So that's why if this silver and the gold metal are react with the water, so every time are hanging in the water. If we wear any ring and if we work in water, then if this silver and gold metal is reactive na, then it is be harmful for our health na. So but here this type of things is not occur, because this silver and gold is always least reactive. It is not be influenced by anything, not by air, not by water, and not by any acid. So that's why for a easy maintenance of this silver and gold, we use to make a jewelry. So I think you clear about the metal reactivity series here, and after this metal reactivity series, we will discuss about the different chemical properties of the metal and non-metal in our daily life. So starting with the reaction of metal and non-metal, reaction of metal and non-metal with oxygen. So first we discuss about the reaction of metal and non-metal with oxygen. So oxygen is also very important gas present in our surrounding, because this oxygen gas is very necessary for our body. There are 21% of oxygen amount present in our atmosphere. So this is very important, and for any combustion, this for burning of anything, we need oxygen gas. If oxygen gas is not present in our surrounding, the combustion process is not be able to be do. So this oxygen is play a very important role to play a very important role in our life. So after this we discuss about the reaction of metal and non-metal with oxygen. So first we take the example of metal. When metal is we react with oxygen, it make metal oxide, and this metal oxide is basic in nature. Metal oxide which is made by the reaction of metal with oxygen, that is always basic in nature. What do you mean by the basic in nature? Means it be change blue litmus into red litmus. So you do this test, litmus test in your 7th class na, when what is be basic in nature, who one be change into red into blue litmus. Not sorry, here not come blue to red, it is be red to blue. So and after this if we discuss about the non-metal reaction with oxygen. Non-metal plus oxygen. What we get when react with non-metal with oxygen? It be also be a metal oxide. Metal oxides are made when we react metal or non-metal with oxygen, and this metal oxides is always acidic in nature. So this is the main thing which is the difference between the reaction of oxygen in case of metal and non-metal. Metal and non-metal when react with oxygen, it always make metal oxide. But what is the difference between the oxides made by metal and non-metal? It is be dependent on the acidic and basic nature of the oxide which is made by metal and non-metal. When the oxides are basic in nature, then which is the element which we use in this metals. When it is be changing, when it is be basic in nature in case of non-metal. So means metal always give a metal basic metal oxide, and the non-metal always give a acidic metal oxide with oxygen. So here I just write the example also, the reaction of oxygen, metal with oxygen, and reaction of the non-metal with oxygen. First we will take the any metal, like here I take a sodium. Okay, sodium reaction with oxygen. What it make here? Oxide. What oxide make? 2Na2O. Means here 2O. Okay, and 4Na means 4Na. So this is the metal oxide. Which metal oxide here? Basic metal oxide. So basic metal oxide is made by the help of sodium reaction with oxygen. And now I take here a non-metal. Which non-metal I take here? Sulfur. Sulfur is the non-metal which I take here, and when this sulfur non-metal is react with oxygen, it makes sulfur dioxide. So this is also here which make here sulfur oxide. So sulfur dioxide is being made by the reaction of the sulfur non-metal with oxygen, and this sulfur dioxide is always acidic in nature. So sulfur dioxide means this is acidic in nature, acidic in nature. So here the metal oxides is always basic in nature and the non-metal oxides are always acidic in nature. So this concept is complete here. The reaction of sodium metal with oxygen, it gives a metal oxide, and the non-metal sulfur with the reaction with oxygen, this is also give a sulfur dioxide. In both case we get oxides, but in case of metal we get basic oxide, and in case of non-metal we get acidic oxide. And after this you have a second reaction of metal and non-metal with water. The reaction of metal and non-metals with water. So what is the formula of water? H2O. So now we discuss about the reaction of metal and non-metal with water. When the metals are react with water, it always gives metal hydroxide. But here this hydroxide is dependent on and the hydrogen gas is released in this case. Means metal react with water, it gives metal hydroxide plus hydrogen gas is evolved in this reaction. Okay, so here I just this is based on the which type of water we use. If here we use the hot water and the cold water. Hot water and cold water is used by us in this reaction, then it is always given metal hydroxide. But if we take the steam, this is also the type of water, the steam. Okay, when we boil the water and the evaporation process occur, but it make steam make. So when any metal is react with steam, but it make here metal oxide, not hydroxide. Metal oxide plus which gas is released? Hydrogen gas is released. So I repeat once again here, this is very important concept of your chapter number 4, chemical properties. Means when the reaction of metal and non-metal with water. When the metal reaction with water, and there are 3 types of waters here. When the reaction of metal with hot water and the cold water, it always make metal hydroxide and hydrogen gas is released in this process. And when this metal reaction with the steam, this is also the type of water. This steam, when metal react with the steam, it does not make hydroxide. Here it make oxide. Now we discuss about the examples of these both also. When here I first take the example of simple hot and cold water here, and you all know sodium. In which case of sodium we just take cold water. There is no need of any hot water. Means when the sodium reaction with water, what it make here? 2NaOH plus which gas is released here? H2. Okay, so hydrogen gas is released in this process, and what it make here? 2NaOH. So this is the hydroxide. This OH means hydroxide. So hydroxide, which hydroxide is made here? Sodium hydroxide. Means when the sodium react with water, which water here we take? Cold water only. Okay, but it make here sodium hydroxide, and which gas is released here? Hydrogen gas is released here. Okay, and after this you have a second reaction of non-metal, second reaction of metal with steam. Metal with steam, what it make here? Oxide, metal oxide plus what it make? What gas is released here? Which gas is released? Hydrogen gas. So here in case of metal, which metal I take? Which is react with steam? Magnesium and zinc only mostly react with steam. So these are the metal which is react mostly with steam. So if I take magnesium here, and the magnesium reaction with the steam. Steam is its water only here, na? So what will happen here? MgO plus H2. So here what is make? Oxide, not hydroxide. So metal oxide make with when we react any metal with steam, then metal oxide form, and when any metal we react with water, then what make? metal hydroxide is made. So in case of reaction with water, and both and many metals, means different metals make a different oxide. Some make the hydroxide and some make only simple oxide. So metal oxide and metal hydroxide is be dependent on which type of water we use. Either it is be cold water, hot water, and the steam. So after this concept, you have a reaction. So now we discuss about here. We discuss about the reaction of the metal with water. Now non-metal. The reaction of non-metal with water. Non-metal with water. So there is no any reaction between non-metal with water. Means if any non-metal be react with water, then no reaction take place. So no reaction take place in case of if I take any non-metal reaction with water. I just give a very simple example here. You all learned about in your previous classes now. Phosphorus is the example of non-metal, and this phosphorus non-metal is used to make matchstick. And if this matchstick is be dipped into water, what will happen here? If this matchstick is be dipped into water, any reaction is take place here? This is not, no any reaction is take place here, because this when any non-metal is be react with water, here no reaction take place. So if we want to be preserved, phosphorus also preserve in a water, to store in a water always, because this is not be react with water. Because of the non-reaction of the non-metal with water, that's why we stored many non-metals in water. So this is very important concept here. When we react non-metal with water, there is no reaction take place here. So after this concept, we discussed about two main reactions. First, the reaction of the non-metal and metal with oxygen, and second one, the reaction of metal and non-metal with carbon with water. And now the reaction of the metals with acids. And you all know how many acids you are used in daily life, like in your batteries, inverter batteries, and in any batteries which we use like mobile battery. Which acid is used to make this? Sulfuric acid, H2SO4. HCl also used in many reactions in our everyday life. So HCl, H2SO4, these are very common acids which we use in our daily life. So how this metal is be react with these acids? And first I take the example of here copper. Copper I take here. This is the copper is also the example of metal. If I take copper here and it will react with sulfuric acid. Copper reaction with sulfuric acid. But it make here copper sulfate, and which gas is released here? Hydrogen gas. Means if any metal is react with acid, it make the sulfates of this metal and the hydrogen gas is released in this case. So this is also very important reaction here. If I take zinc also here, then also what will happen? ZnSO4 means zinc sulfate make, and hydrogen gas is released in this case also. So this is very important reaction here. When the reaction of metal with acid, it always make the sulfates of the metal and the hydrogen gas is released in this case. Now topic is that is all the metals are be displaced from there. So this is based on the displacement reaction. So now we discuss about the displacement reaction. And the reaction of the non-metal with acid, no reaction take place. When non-metal react with acid here, no reaction take place when any non-metal is be react with acid. So means reaction of the water, non-metal reaction with water, no reaction take place, and the reaction of non-metal with acid here is also no reaction take place. Okay. Now I just take here the example of sulfuric acid. I just take here first sulfuric. In which case of sulfuric acid, what is made here? Copper sulfate plus में hydrogen gas is released. And in case of non-metal, no any reaction take place. Now we discuss about very important reaction here, that is displacement reaction. What do you mean that seat and sit on that seat. Okay, so what is will occur here means you displaced from that seat, and that student is be seated there on your seat. So this is the example of displacement reaction. So like here I just give an example of displacement reaction here. So here I just take the example of this copper sulfate plus में copper sulfate plus में zinc, कॉपर सल्फेट प्लस में जिंक, एंड नाउ यू सी कि जिंक आल्सो मेटल एंड कॉपर आल्सो मेटल, एंड हाउ इट इज पॉसिबल टू जिंक combine with sulfate and it is displace this copper from there. So it is be dependent on the metal reactivity series. So here you see zinc is become before than copper na, means zinc is more reactive than the copper. So more reactive metal is always displaced less reactive metal. So that's why this zinc is be react with sulfates and copper is be displaced in this case. I just take any positive example here. I just take here the example of like in magnesium sulfate make here, and the zinc I write here. Zinc only I take, metal take by me here. So what will happen here? You see this reactivity series. Magnesium come upper than the zinc. So this magnesium sulfate when we react with zinc, here no reaction take place. Why this is not reaction take place here? Because this zinc is the less reactive than the magnesium. So zinc is not having a capability to displace magnesium from the sulfate, and it is be placed here. So that metal only have a capability to be displaced from two other metal who one have a more reactive than other metal. So in this case only displacement process occur when any metal is be more reactive than the sulfonates metal. So that metal is only displace the other metal. So here I just take one more example ki you clear this concept in a good manner here. So I just take calcium sulfate here, okay, and if I take sodium here, what will happen here? So sodium is the more reactive than the calcium here na. So here what will happen here? What it make here? NaSO4 plus which gas which is be released from there? Calcium. So in this case, because this calcium is the least reactive than the sodium, so that's why this sodium metal is be added with sulfates and this calcium is be released from this reaction. So this is very important reaction. Displacement reaction is very important reaction. In this chemical properties is dependent on the metal reactivity series. If metal reactivity series is not present here, it is not able to judge which metal is able to displace and which metal is not able to displace here. So this displacement reaction is be based on this is also the main part of chemical reactivity of metal and non-metal, and it is very important because when this copper sulfate is be react with zinc na, so what it make here? It make here ZnSO4 plus में C. Okay, so this is very important. And after this you have a concept of the uses of metal and non-metal in your life. Now up to this you have just in this 8th class you have only 3 main chemical properties of metal and non-metal. I just make a table here about all the chemical properties which we discussed today. So starting first side I write here the properties, chemical properties, chemical reactions. Which reactions? And one side metal, another side non-metal. First, which reaction will be done by us? That is reaction with water. Oh sorry, oxygen. But it make here when any metal and metal react with oxygen, it make a basic metal oxide. And when any non-metal react with oxygen, it always make a acidic metal oxide. Okay. Now second one, the reaction with water. When the metal react with water, it make metal oxide, and when it is be react with steam, then it is make sorry, here what come? Hydroxide. Metal oxide in with hot water and cold water, and when it is reacted with steam, it make a metal oxide. And which gas is released in this case? Hydrogen gas is released in this case, and no reaction take place in case of non-metal with water. So that's why always many metals, non-metals are stored in water. Now third one, the reaction with acid. Okay, so when any metal is be react with acid, but it will make sulfates of metals plus hydrogen gas is also evolved in this case. And now in this case of non-metal with acid also, there is no reaction take place. So here chemical reactions take place here. Three main chemical reactions we discuss in this chapter. First one, reaction with water, oxygen, and second one, reaction with water, and third one, reaction with acid. When the reaction with oxygen of metal, then what make basic metal oxide, and when the non-metal react with oxygen, then it always make a acidic metal oxide. And when the reaction with the water, in case of metals, then it make, if here is cold water and hot water, then it make hydroxide and hydrogen gas is evolved in this case. And if here it is be react with steam, it always make a metal oxides. And in this case of non-metal, there is no reaction of non-metal with water. And when this reaction of metals with acid, it makes sulfates of this metal, and that is based which sulfate is make here, and this sulfate is further be react with other metal which is be high reactive with the sulfates metal. And if this is high reactive than sulfates metal, then it is be displaced this, and it will be attached with the sulfates, and it is be dependent on the displacement reaction, and this displacement reaction is be dependent on the metal reactivity series. So sulfates of the metal plus hydrogen gas is be released in this case when the reaction of the metal with acid, and here in case of non-metal, no reaction take place. So here in this chapter, first we discuss about the physical properties of metals, and after this we discuss about the chemical properties of the metals. So these chemical properties and physical properties also is very important. Now our just last concept which is pending of this chapter is the uses of metals in non-metals. Uses of metals and non-metals. First we discuss about the uses of metals. So you all know in our surrounding there are everywhere is metal. Like in automobiles, if we see in our kitchen also steel, many utensils is being made with the copper, steel, and anything is being made with the help of metals. Train also when made with the help of metals. Electronic appliances also, in which also metals are used. So many things in our life, in our surrounding, which is be used, which is made with the help of metals. Now non-metals. Non-metals are used. So first non-metal is nitrogen. Nitrogen is very important non-metal because you all know about it. This is very important to make protein. So this non-metal nitrogen is very useful to make protein. Now this nitrogen is also very important in a packaging material. Packaging material in chips packing, which gases we fill in this packets. Packaging material, this is nitrogen gas is be used to be packaged to be as a packaging material. Now chlorine gas. Chlorine is also mostly all the gases come under the non-metal. So you have a chlorine gas. Chlorine gas is also used to be purification of water. Chlorine tablet is used to purify water. Now, so purification of water in this case, what is used? Non-metals. Non-metals are used to purify of water also. Non-metals are used to be make proteins also, and non-metals are used to be as a packaging material. So this nitrogen gas is very important gas in our life because this be an important constituent of to be make proteins, as a packaging material also we use this nitrogen non-metal, and the chlorine metal is also used to be purification of water. And other phosphorus which we use, the matchstick we use in our everyday life. Now this matchstick is also made with the help of phosphorus non-metal. So here also we use the non-metal in our life. So non-metal and non-metals both have a very vast uses in our daily life. So without this non-metal and non-metals, our life is not able to be do work in a smooth manner. So this is very important chapter in our daily life, that is metal and non-metal. Here we discuss about the physical properties also, and the chemical properties of metal also and non-metal also, and after at last we discuss about the uses of metal and the non-metal also. So thanks to all of you.